We are live on Facebook Nation in US, Canada, Australia, the UK. Hello, everybody. This is the Brent Gove personal team, my personal sales team meeting. We want to invite all of you to watch so you can be encouraged by all these amazing broker associates. So very excited to have you on today. We got a great lineup of speakers, and I'm going to jump right into it. I'm going to start with our lender. She is Mighty Mo. She's amazing. There she is, of course. So I'm going to start with Alicia Blackwood. For those of you that don't know her, she is a top 1% loan officer or higher in the state of California. She is what you call a bad girl. And that is a positive thing. When I call you bad, that is good. When I say you're a monster, that is a good thing. If I don't call you a monster, you should be concerned. So Alicia is a little monster. Actually, she's a big monster. She's one of the best lenders I know, and she's going to get us updates on what's happening in the world of loans. And a lot of this is available nationwide. So we're going to go for a few minutes here. Alicia, take it away.
Okay, I'm so excited. I am going to talk a little quick, guys, because there's an overwhelming amount that you're going to suck in like a sponge. And I've already uploaded files onto the Brent Gove team Facebook page. So there's files uploaded in there with all of this in writing, okay? So real quick, I'll start with the first piece that's important to us, which is our rates. I went ahead and I uploaded a rate sheet for you. I'm going to look at doing that daily. Once it's added to my website, you guys can get the information there. But in the meantime, you can't share that please don't post it to your Facebook pages. The APRs aren't on there. You'll get me in trouble. It's for your own personal data, okay? And why is this important? Rates are being charged points right now. The banks are charging points on all loans, almost all loans, unless they're extremely low risk, very low loan to values with high credit scores. All other loans have points. On a 5% down loan, you're typically going to pay 2.5 points right now, okay? Or 2 points. But the rate's still in the 3s. And all that means to you is when you're writing your first time home buyers and when you're writing these purchases, you ask the seller for 2 to 3% closing cost credit. Okay, that means it is no impact to your buyer. And you just train your listings, same thing. Hey, we might get, if our only options for buyers are first time home buyers, be prepared to give a seller credit. Let's factor that in there now. Does that make sense? So to give you an idea.
And don't be afraid to raise your hand if you have a question on something she just said and chime in. We'll see you. You have to unmute your mic, but keep going. I don't see any hands up in the air.
Perfect. So just to give you an idea, you can still get a 3.8 30-year at 0.2 cost if you have 20% equity, or 3.6 at a point. Now, just to make it real quick and easy for you guys, that if your client says, hey, I'm thinking about refining, it costs 2 points, does this make sense? If their interest rate is dropping 1% on a $400,000 loan, they save $4,000 a year. It's that simple. If they save $4,000 a year and it costs them 2% upfront to $8,000, boom, they break even in 2 years. That loan makes sense if they keep the home longer than 2 years. Quick and easy. Brent, we can't hear you.
They're saving over $300 a month. My pastor just refinanced Pastor Bob, and he's saving over $450 a month. He is doing the happy dance.
Wow.
He's so excited. I mean, that's a chunk.
Yes. So beyond rates, if you have more questions, come back to me. Here's the most important part that affects all of your escrows right now. Everybody in contract right now. They release something that they are re-verifying everybody's income, and it has to be within 24 hours of funding. If they cannot reach the employer, they will not fund your loan. Okay. So I need you guys to understand and be aware of that, because if you're expecting a closing tomorrow, a lot of these banks released it yesterday. And if your loan officer missed that email, or if they didn't understand what happened and they don't tell the client, hey, there's an email template you can get from your lender, it needs to be forwarded to HR. Why? Because if the manager's on their cell phone at home, the bank won't accept that verification because that phone number is not listed as the company, right? So employers can send emails from their home computer from an employer email to suffice for a valid verification of employment, but it has to fit a specific template to work, okay? So just be proactive on any loans funding tomorrow, guys. Reach out to the lender and go, hey, is there any, I heard about some kind of a re-verification of employment. I want to make sure it doesn't hold up funding tomorrow. Does that make sense? As of anything
It makes total
originated,
sense.
as of anything originated March 25th or after, all self-employed clients' income just got cut 25%. So tax returns filed for 18 and 19 is now cut 25%, and that's what we're willing to use to qualify them. Does that make sense? So what if they filed 100 grand worth of income in 19, I can only count 75,000 to qualify.
So you better be working very closely with Alicia. And if someone lost their job, they're not buying that house. The banks are getting smart, right, Alicia? They're just getting smart. This is common sense. If you were a bank, you would do the same thing. This is fine. Okay, good.
Credit reports used to be good for 4 months. They're now good for 30 days from submission to underwriting, meaning if they pulled it within 30 days, they could have pulled it 29 days ago and it's submitted to underwriting on the 30th day, that's okay. But if the credit report is 31 days old, it needs to be repulled before it goes to underwriting. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So prep the client. Hey, client, the lender is going to pull your credit for pre-qual, and they're going to pull your credit again when we get into contract if it's over 30 days. So they'll have multiple inquiries, so they can't go shopping and do bad things. Investment properties now need 6 months reserves on every rental, which they always needed that, but they need an additional 6 months on whatever they're buying. If they have a rental property and they want to count rental income on that property to qualify, if they don't have 6 months reserves on every single rental property, you can't count the income. That's new.
Hey, Alicia, before you go any further, if someone wants to call you or text you or email you and reach out to you offline, what's the best way to reach you?
Email is Alicia at AD for American Dream, admortgageteam.com.
Okay. Alicia at admortgageteam.com. And A is American, D is in Dream.
I posted like an easier format. What time are you cutting me off, Brent? Just so I know if there's something important.
We got about 1 more minute and we're going to move on to other topics.
Okay. FHA is going to a 660 credit score, guys. Conventional is going to go to 680 or 40% DTI. They're cutting DTIs, debt to incomes. They're raising credit scores. Okay. So you're going to, and they got rid of all outside the box besides Fannie Mae loans, almost. I shopped a loan yesterday and not one bank would touch it. Every single bank said we're doing nothing but Fannie. So all those bank statement only programs gone, all those, you're going to have hard money and you're going to have Fannie for a minute. Does that make sense? So they suspended anything outside the box. I just want to make sure everybody knows that.
Love it. Hey, everybody, can you mute your mics? I think Lori and Valerie, you both, your mics are unmuted. If you could just take a second and mute those, that'd be great. And that keeps the best quality for what we're doing here.
Last thing and I'll be done. I did upload for you guys the coronavirus small business where they're giving clients their payroll for the next 90 days. It's a grant from the government. And number 2, they will defer mortgages for up to 12 months. So you guys can email me about that later if you need more questions.
We're actually going to be talking about the coronavirus 90-day. We're going to actually take 5 minutes and talk about some of that today. So thank you. You're right on point there. Any questions for Alicia right now? Do not be shy, or maybe you have a totally unrelated question for Alicia. You're working on a jumbo loan. You got something. Anybody out there got under your mic and go for it. Anybody?
Did you finish up the rest of the loan for that client?
Pardon?
Are we good to go, Alicia? She's not listening. Alicia, never mind. I'll ask her later.
Are you talking about with the tax returns? Yes, I made it work with 17 and 18 tax returns. You cannot validate tax returns, you guys. The IRS office is closed. So they actually, Fannie Mae is waiving the requirement, but the banks are now requiring the client to validate transcripts online themselves. So there's a different process.
Okay. Awesome.
Question.
Go ahead, Melissa.
Just to make sure I'm understanding, if we have clients who are sort of in the pipeline with you, who I know are self-employed, and this whole debt to income ratio thing for a portion of their income is, we need to essentially assume that they aren't approved anymore and kind of go back.
Governing path, anyone originated prior to the 25th of March.
It only those people prior.
New people.
Oh,
People originated prior to 25th of March are safe. And then
Okay.
the after is subject.
They have to have already been in contract, correct? So if they're pre-approved, you need to relook at their approval because they may be approved for less. Alicia just had to do this on one of mine. We were like 20 seconds away from maybe having an issue, but now we're moving forward. I think we close next week or the week after. I don't know. All I know is we're still closing. Yay.
Yes.
We can't hear you, Brent.
Brent, you need to unmute your mic.
Forgot to unmute my mic. Okay, so we're going to move on. I'm going to switch gears and we're going to go to Cindy Silva. She is on fire. She has turned the world upside down. I'm like, oh my gosh, you got to share at the team meeting this week what you're doing to rock and roll, make it happen. So soak it up. Here we go.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I'm taking this time and using it wisely, which I really suggest all of you do. I know a lot of us, we run 110 miles an hour, 7 days a week, and we never get time to stop and finish all the projects that we thought about in our heads, but actually aren't executing them. And that's what I'm doing right now. And it is the most gratifying thing to do. Alicia, you be proud of me. This first quarter is already in a binder. I can't wait to send you a picture. So tax is already done for next year. This is also a great time to you guys be reaching out to your clients. So last week, I just kind of wanted to share something I did. Sorry, got to walk over and get it. So I mailed out something to just 10 of my clients. Oh, it's kind of dark. So hopefully, can you guys see this? See how cute this is? Little teeny plaque that just said Happy Easter. Cost me 37 cents each to buy that. Okay, 37 cents each.
That's expensive.
You know me, I love finding bargains. So I mailed that out to 10 clients, and I got one referral from it. So we're talking $3.
What do you think you'll earn on that referral, Cindy? Estimate 10 grand?
That one will probably be about 8 grand.
8 grand. Oh, just 8 grand.
So, I spent $4 and I'm going to turn it into 8 grand. So
you could do that every day.
And you guys, this is important because people are, posting it online. Like, thank you so much. Look at my, realtor sent me, and people are like, what? My realtor sent me nothing. So, just letting them know you care about them right now. And when I sent that out, it had nothing to do with real estate. I did not even mention real estate one time. It was just, wishing their family that they're healthy and safe, letting them know I was thinking of them. That's why I dropped a gift to them. Just letting them know I care, because I don't think it's really the proper time to be pushing real estate. It's more about just letting your clients know you care, because once they know you care, they're going to refer you business. And so, that's really powerful. If any of you guys watched my Facebook Live yesterday, and my slippers, I am doing a coloring contest. I love working with kids. It's really hard for us that are homeschooling, thinking of more art projects to do with our kids. So my real estate coach and I decided to do a coloring contest. So I've got a coloring contest. Once again, just letting them know I'm caring about their kids and trying to help them with homeschooling, and just touching bases with them. But once again, not for real estate, even though the drawing is of a house. But it's so fun. Not only does it brighten their day, it brightens my day. Like Alicia's daughters just sent their 2 drawings in yesterday. They're adorable.
They're drawing pictures of houses.
So what I do is whoops, I just dropped my notebook in my dog's water bowl. I'll show you them. So I just printed off. Hopefully you guys can see these okay. Here's one that got turned in. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Got my logo on it. Got to keep the logo on it. But they're just houses. It's just a coloring contest. So just 2 little.
Does it say EXP? I couldn't see it.
Sorry, it says Cindy Silva Realty instead.
Oh, okay. All right.
But once again, cost me nothing, you guys, but able to touch base with all my clients that way. And now I've got my, students in my kids' classes are doing it, getting the town involved in it. And once again, it's really cool when they post it and you see that Cindy Silva Realty on, in the pictures. That's a lot of free advertising that costs me nothing. So doing things like that. I don't know, what else did you want me to touch on?
That was good. I think you said all your listings that you've had last week? I think they're all sold or something.
Yes, you guys. So I'm telling you, the virtual staging, look at my 2 listings, 7877 Carry On Walk and 3907 Billstead Way. I even virtually staged, you guys, a 3,600 square foot house. And you cannot tell at all. That one sold, you guys, 12 hours on the market. In today's market, I listed it on Saturday. I've never, ever listed a property on a Saturday. I was a little scared, but you know what, you guys, people are home on Saturday and Sundays now. They're not out doing things like they used to. They're home in front of that computer. So I'm thinking, you guys, list them on the weekends because not everyone else is, and you're coming up at the top of the list because everyone else is still listing on, you know, Wednesdays and Thursdays. List it on a Saturday. You get great returns. I listed it 10 minutes later, I had someone call. He went to see it, called me, said offer's on its way. 12 hours, had a 3,600 square foot household in the $600,000 price range.
Wow.
Even my little one, you know, sold right off the market. So the market is still hot, but you guys got to do the virtual tours. You got to do, you know, the virtual staging. Now it may cost me a little bit more, but it's worth it. Would you rather it sit on the market for months or fly off, you know, the first couple of days on the market? So yeah,
Awesome.
like I said last week, spend a little money to make a little money right now.
You're making it happen. That's a perfect transaction. You talked about virtual tours. How about virtual open houses? Our next speaker is going to talk to you about the power of virtual open houses. Now, before we go there, I just want to remind everybody, make sure on any marketing you do, which is even your little coloring contest there, Cindy, that it says brokered by eXp Realty, not powered by. And yours, I couldn't see it. I had my glasses. I don't know if yours said it or not. And don't fess up if it's wrong. Do not fess up. But here's the do. Make sure you get it all approved by the broker and marketing at eXp. The state of California will come down on us like crazy because it's so dangerous if we don't have brokered by RE/MAX or brokered by eXp. They just think it's a big deal. Make sure the broker's license is on your stuff. Make sure you send it to marketing at exprealty.com. And then you also CC the broker on it. And we can put that in the notes here. But very important you do that. We want to keep our company straight up rocking and rolling. So just want to say that. Okay, we're going to switch to virtual open houses. Special guest speaker today, Frank Crandall. And Frankie, baby, unmute your mic and welcome to the team meeting. Thank you for being a guest today.
Thank you, Brent, for allowing me to come into the Thunderdome. Last week, I just happened to stumble into your Facebook Live, and I saw it, and I heard what Cindy did, and I was just so amazed at all the success you guys are having, so thank you. Hey, a little fun fact, I never used to be interested in the stock market, but ever since I joined this real estate company that now I'm a shareholder, little fun fact this morning, before the virus, there was 10 million users on Zoom. As of yesterday, there's now 200 million people using Zoom. And it's funny because I'm sure a lot of you have seen where people have discovered Zoom in the last week and thought it was the next best thing to slice bread. And we all chuckle because we know that we've been doing this for years and years. And I'm just glad to know that we're out in front making it happen. So anyway, really quick, my wife and I are busy. We've been busier than ever before the virus. Things are happening. I think it's the attitude, not watching TV, not listening to negative crap. And what we did is we had somebody come into one of my listings on an open house about 4 or 5 weeks ago, got into a relationship with them. And this week we wrote an offer for them, and they've never been to the home. They saw it through a virtual open house, and our offer got accepted. So I don't, maybe it's just timing, but it just seems like I'm hearing more and more stories about offers being accepted, of people not seeing the home, and it just worked out really well. So don't give up hope. Send those open house virtual tours to your clients and just get in relationship, but it worked really well for us.
I love it. Thank you, Frankie, baby. That is awesome. And Frank, you and I go back, what, 30 years?
Yes, sir.
That's an old dog, old buddy friend. Longer than Stroop over here. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to switch gears and we are going to go to Jennifer Sanvos. Jen, she just texted me. She had a really cool thing happen with occupied homes, not vacant homes. So go ahead, Jen. If you want to share something and chime in, do it. Shoot me a text. I'll add you to the calendar. I'm watching the clock. Go for it.
Okay, so, well, first of all, Cindy, Darcy, and I probably talk almost daily. What are we doing that's working? What are we doing that's adjusting? And so Cindy and I have different situations because she's really lucky and has vacant homes, so she can kind of get away with showing them. I'm like, I'm so jealous. So I had an occupied home with some really old friends of ours, actually from church, and but they've already sold their business and they're moving out of state. There was no could wait. They have to get it sold. And so we had to switch gears because we already were planning on listing their home on a certain date. And literally it was while all that was going on where it was, you can't do any real estate. Okay, you can do real estate, but only virtual, but you can't show it, but you can't do this. And so in interest of keeping liability off of myself and off of EXP, and in all of this, I discussed everything directly with Debbie Penny. So I knew that I was abiding by our broker. What we did was we did a virtual tour and a 360. So they have like, or I'm sorry, 360 and a drone like video of inside and outside. But the photographer that I'm using is contracted through Zillow. So without me paying Zillow a dime, Zillow is pouring money into feeding that that listing to the top side of all the lists. So in 24 hours, I had 2 off. Less than 24 hours, I had 2 offers. 48 hours, I had 4 offers with 2 more coming in. We're in contract. The seller actually prepaid for all the inspections. They prepaid the photographer because at the time I was being told I'm not even allowed to send a vendor in. Sellers didn't care. I took it out of commission, so it's still coming out of my pocket, but it worked. The buyers are actually just now today. We got into escrow on Sunday. They're just now in the house for the first time. That's the only time they'll see the house. And so I have another listing coming up, and they're a family with 4 young kids. We're doing the same thing. We're doing it all virtual. There's no showings until you go into contract. But if you do it right with the right technology and you're really vetting out these buyers, you can make sure that you're getting into a good, solid contract, and then you have backup offers too. So, and just be cautious that you have to check with the local board. For those of us that in Placer County, we're good to go with all the virtual stuff, but Sac County is still kind of shut down.
Love it. Love it. Thank you. This is great stuff. Keep chiming in with this. You guys are texting me. I love it. Thank you. We're going to go to Cindy Litzinger, but first we're going to go to Krista Proctor because she is on a time crunch. And Krista's got some great information to share with you for the next 4 or 5 minutes. Krista, take it away.
Hey, everybody. Who of you, I don't know, you guys may have already watched the video that we did yesterday about the Paycheck Protection Program, and also—
Raise your hand if you've seen it. Raise your hand in the screens. Who's seen that video? About 70% of the people here.
So there's two programs that are kind of being promoted right now. One is the disaster loan assistance program that you can apply for directly through SBA.gov. And it's like literally a 5-minute process. You can apply for it. And according to what the website states, but it's still very much up in the air. I've spoken to 2 bank managers. I spoke to the senior vice president of commercial lending at Safe Credit Union. We did a Zoom call with him last night because we put all of this information out to like 800 senior pastors in the region, because they're also looking into it just for their churches and the business people within their congregations. So depending on what bank manager or lender you're talking to, some of them say that there's still questionable whether or not what pieces of which loan will be forgiven. But if you look at the website, it states that it's forgivable as long as you use it for payroll. So it applies to sole proprietors, independent contractors. All of you are that, unless you have a corporation of some kind, an LLC or an S Corp or a C Corp. It's for nonprofits. Basically, the government wants to help keep, middle class small business owners in business, and also large corporations too. They want to help keep people on their payroll. So that's where the Paycheck Protection Program comes into play. And that they're starting to take applications on that tomorrow. And I can email you guys or print a list of accompanying documents that the VP of Safe Credit Union told us they expect they're going to need, although both the branch manager of B of A and the VP of Safe Credit Union said that they still were unsure of what supporting documents they would need, but they're kind of guessing from what past experience has been. So you'll need your articles of incorporation, your proof of your entity if you have a corporation. If you're sole proprietor or independent contractor, you'll need your tax returns for the last 2 to 3 years. You'll need bank statements, and everything needs to be in electronic format. So if you have a corporation and you plan to start your application tomorrow, then I recommend digitize all of your documents today. And if you have a big bank and it's not a smaller regional bank, like I'm going to be ready to upload my application online through my bank, because you have to go through your existing bank. Whatever bank holds your account, that's who you have to go through. You can't just find a random SBA lender who will take you on. It's wherever your existing account is. So my S Corp is with B of A. B of A is a huge bank. So I'm going to do East Coast hours, and I'm going to be up at 5 a.m. ready with all my digitized documents to upload on B of A's online application site. And I'm going to just flood them with whatever documents I think they might need, because they say that the early bird gets the worm. The money is limited. When it's gone, it's gone. Yeah, will they maybe do a round 2 or a round 3 with unlimited money printing that our government does? Probably so, but anyway, so that's what I know from like people that I've talked to, but they say all small businesses are eligible. So There you have it. And we are each a small business.
Does anybody have a quick question for Krista before we move off this topic? Anybody quick question or comment?
I do.
Okay.
Krista, when you say, so we get the application on the SBA.gov website, but we actually submit it through our bank? Is that correct?
There's 2 different applications. There's the $10,000 disaster assistance loan that anybody can apply for. I mean, it even says you qualify if you're a renter or a homeowner. So there's that. And I've heard differing views on that from different bankers. One, like the bank manager of the B of A local branch told me apply for both, that they don't counteract each other and they're independent of one another. But then the other people said, well, be careful, only apply for what you need. They are loans and you will have to pay them back. But that's not what the websites say. Literally, I'm reading right here, fully forgiven. Funds are provided in the form of loans that will be fully forgiven when used for payroll costs. So what about that? I don't know. To me, I personally, because I study financial instruments like global economies, and from what I understand, just from other stuff, I think this is just the Fed and the Treasury trying to pump US dollar currency back into the economy, keep everything inflated and in survival mode.
So Krista, I'm going to ask the obvious question. Can people hire family or relatives and then pay them with this money?
Well, you're going to have to show proof of payroll for the last 12 months.
Oh, okay. So there we go. My little round run.
Yeah. So it's going to be based on your income, your revenue, and then it's whatever your payroll is. So
okay.
Yeah. And then you get 2.5 times your monthly income. 2.5
right.
times.
A lot of people don't have payroll, and they certainly haven't had it for the past 12 months. But we can help our clients with that, right? This is a way to come from value to our painters and our contractors and our AC people.
But if you've had commissions for the last 12 months, you've had payroll as an independent contractor. That's your payroll is your own income.
Really?
Krista, I have a question.
Independent contractors and sole proprietors can start applying April 10th. So you still want to, it applies to any small business owner. And even if you don't have an S Corp or a C Corp or an LLC, you're still an independent contractor as a realtor.
Yep. Okay. We got to switch
Krista,
gears.
I have a question. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, quick one. Go ahead.
Does it have to be 12 months? Because let's say I haven't, like my first, commission check wasn't 12 months ago.
You're going to
Because I'm
have
still
to
there.
work with your bank and they'll
Okay.
tell you what they need.
Okay,
Yep.
thanks.
Alicia's brand new with the Brent Gove team. We love her. She's amazing. Nice picture of the Eiffel Tower, dear. All right. By the way, does anybody smell that? Oh my gosh, it's bacon. It smells so good. I cannot wait to get off this call. Oh my God. I haven't had breakfast yet. It is like waffling through the house. Oh man.
Bacon
Okay.
is jealous. That's not fair.
I know it was mean. I can't help myself. I see Rich Lester in the background. Lester Home Inspections, my favorite home inspector in the world. And he's busy, or are you going to be able to say hi at least?
I'd love to say hi.
Rich,
Hi, guys.
60-second shameless plug. Are you inspecting homes right now? Yes or no?
I'm about to leave to one. I got two tomorrow. Yeah, I'm doing them, and it's interesting.
Yeah. And you're uploading them digitally? People can see the pictures?
Yeah, setting up Zoom calls with everybody, and we've completely modified the whole thing. We have really clear instructions sending out to clients. The whole process has gotten really clarified. So yeah.
Awesome. So do the home inspections when you list the home, post it online with your 360, your Matterport, whatever you're doing. Do everything you're doing. Do the disclosures up front online. We didn't used to do that. Do the inspection up front online. The San Francisco, San Jose Bay Area has been doing this for a decade. All offers are non-refundable. There is no due diligence period because the disclosures and the inspection is up front.
And then you only have to negotiate your deal one time also.
What?
Then you also only have to negotiate your deal once on the front end. And then you don't have to go back and forth and do this whole thing on the back end.
2-3 weeks from now, and everyone wants to sue each other. Awesome. Rich Lester, how do they reach you if they want to order a home inspection?
916-500-4628.
500-4628. That's the Sacramento 30-mile radius type thing.
Yeah, a little further than 30 miles.
Okay. He's ambitious.
Yep.
Eldorado Hills.
These are hard times. He'll go to Idaho. I got it. Okay. Good. Okay. Switching gears. Thank you, Rich and Melissa Lester. Love them. Amazing, beautiful couple. We're going to go to Joey Saturiano, who's coming in as Sophia Silva. I like it. Nice. He's got an alter ego. But my dear friend Joey, I've known him for a decade. He came from Nordstrom's. He was a rock star at Nordstrom's. Got his real estate license over a decade ago. He tore it up in real estate. He's a trained speaker for Keller Williams. He joined us at EXP. His business is blowing up. He's got dozens and dozens and dozens of agents. He's loving it. But today he's going to share with you on something that he kind of got a download on where we're at and some things you to consider. He shared it with me. I go, you know what? That is really good. So take this in, whatever you can assimilate of it. Just don't get weirded out by it, but just stay here with me. Get in your Zen, meditative, receive from God, loving space. So Joey, check it out. This is cool, actually. Really good.
Well, hey, thanks for clarifying that, Brent. And yes, no, I'm not Sophia. My fiance set up Zoom and I got to set mine up. So Brent, first of all, I want to thank you so much for having me here today and for bugging me and staying on top of me, getting with EXP. I've had 3 new agents join over the last month. I have 81 people in my group. And passive income has never been so amazing as it is now. So thank you for not giving up on me.
Oh yeah, you bet.
I really appreciate it. So, I just, Brent wanted me to share today, and I'm a man of faith. I've been spending a lot of time in prayer, more now than ever before. And what got downloaded in me 2 days ago, let me just read it to you guys, and I'm going to try to keep myself from falling apart here. And it just says, we are in times of famine. And what we've done in the past to keep our mind right will not sustain us through these times. Okay. The times that we're currently in. So there were 4 steps that were given to me. Step 1 is we need to stop listening to the strategies of the world. What are those strategies? Fear, scarcity. We need to stop listening to the strategies and become part of the solution that God wants us to bring to our clients, to the people around us. I mean, it's exciting to be part of a group like we're in and we're positive, but there's many people that don't have this. you know? And then step 2 is we're going to need more quiet time now than ever before. We're going to need more quiet time. We're going to need more prayer time than we've ever had. And this quote by Miles Monroe came to me and says that the well that we drink from is the well that we think from.
I got to stop you right there. He said that this morning, and that just blew me out of my seat. I don't, maybe I've never heard, think about that. Say that quote one more time. Think about it.
The well that we drink from is the well that we think from. So, you know, if we're not really trying to spend time around the well that we're drinking from, you know, we're going to be surrounded by fear, you know.
If it's constant coronavirus updates all day long and you wonder why you find yourself depressed or scared or not feeling like, seek out different wells to drink from, and you'll be thinking differently, like this right here. Keep going.
Exactly. Oh, no worries. And then number 3 is we need to be praying for positioning right now. You know, it's like, where do we want to be positioned right now to thrive in our business? Where do we want to be positioned? Where do we want to be positioned as far as in our life and around our customers? Where do we want to be positioned in order to thrive through this? Because life will never be the same as it once was. God is the only one who can prepare us for what's ahead and to help us. Now, hear the key word here, to help us grow through it. Most people are just going to go through it. But if we get positioned, we can grow through it.
Ooh. Joey, thank you. That's amazing. I love it. Some of you hear life will never be the same again, and you're like, oh no. I am so excited about life never being the same again. I don't want the same old life. I want a different life. I want a better life. God closes one door and he opens another one. I believe this stuff. I've seen it in my life again and again. And your teenage son or daughter goes, but my boyfriend, my girlfriend, oh no. And I'm going to go 1980s retro on you, and you old time Christians are going to laugh. It's the Amy Grant song, right? Some of the greatest gifts that God ever gave you in your life were the prayers you begged him for and that went unanswered. Because I remember a certain girl, I'm like, please God, just let me marry her. She's the one. And she's like, nope. And I'm like, God, why have you forsaken me? I look back, I'm like, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you that you did not answer that prayer, that I'm not with her, because now she's a truck driver, long haul, and, you know, stripper on this. I don't know. That's bad. I should stop. But I'm kidding. That was not, I know James is horrified. I just made that up. That actually didn't happen. But you get the idea. It's like a 3-year-old in front of the pool, the wrought iron gate, we're shaking it. And that 3-year-old wants through that gate. The wrought iron gate is doing its job. It's not that the 3-year-old in the pool, because nobody's looking. The 3-year-old could drown. What you think you need, what you think you gotta have, is not necessarily what you gotta have. You gotta have faith. You got to believe that there's things in this world, the universe, whatever you want to call it. I call it God. I'm with Joey. Everyone knows I'm a Christian. I love the Lord. Faith that God has a plan for your life, and it's going to be awesome. So again, he shuts one door, he opens another, and it could be you turn into a luxury real estate agent because you couldn't figure this out, or you go commercial real estate, or it forces you to learn how to call expireds. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do. Joey, thank you for bringing that information.
No worries.
I'm going to go to Cindy real quick. Cindy Litzinger, and was it Cindy Smackbook? I like it. Cindy,
Hello from the Litz pad here.
Yeah.
The backgrounds. Everybody setting up with Zoom, right?
Beautiful.
I just, honestly, this kind of ties in with what we just heard. When everything was happening, I thought, gosh, what is one thing I can just tell my clients right now? Like, we don't know what the market's going to do. We don't know. And so in the middle of the night, this phrase came to me, everything's going to be okay. And so I do a monthly newsletter, old school. I know it's old fashioned, but I do it and send it out. And so I made a magnet and attached it to my newsletter. And I've gotten more response from this newsletter than any other newsletter ever. I have clients, in escrow right now, old client, whatever, just saying, hey, thank you. I put it right on my fridge and I'm looking at it and it's reminding me I just needed that today. So super cheap, easy, threw a newsletter together. My husband did the magnet, they're cheap, and put that together, had my daughter help me and the whole 9 yards. I'm just blown away. People just needed to hear that phrase.
And what was the phrase? I missed it. I was not paying attention.
Everything's gonna be okay. just that.
I got it.
It
love
did. I
it.
didn't brand it. I'm like, they're gonna know who it came from. They're gonna remember me. But anyway, they pop it on their fridge, and I've had multiple texts. Thank you. Just needed to hear that. So
Yeah.
it's an idea. It just took a few minutes to put together.
Who doesn't love Cindy? You're amazing. It's like that old song, remember? Don't worry, be happy.
Right.
And you guys, if you can worry and freak out, what's it going to change? Nothing. But actually, it will. It'll change your state. It'll change your mojo. It'll get you into a funk, possibly depression. So yes, worry actually does change things in a very bad, negative way. I don't want you to be naive. We don't want you to be gullible. We want you to wash your hands. We want you to have 20 feet of social separation. Forget the 6. People forget, they get close and they start hugging. I'm like, whoa, I'm not freaked out, but I'm going to be careful. We need to be respectful. We need to be responsible and do all that. But I'm telling you what, have faith. I heard someone say the other day, I saw it was on Facebook or something. I said, look what the little cell did called COVID-19, right? And if COVID-19, a little tiny cell you can't even see unless it's under a micron microscope, could do that, what could faith like a mustard seed do? It can move mountains, baby. And some of you need to move mountains in your life. So have faith, stay strong. This is your moment. So, man, I believe in this. So a couple things you want to plug into the good stuff. The well that you drink from is the well that you think from. Love that, Joey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's going to be my mantra for the next month. So tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, the company is having a statewide meeting. Rick Jihad is a special keynote speaker for 5 minutes. And then Cindy Silva, our very own, is actually going to be up on stage. So let's all go there and support her with Jason Gessing, our CEO, Dave Knord, our president, Stacy Onan, our president of brokerage operations, and Glenn Sanford. So it's going to be them and running the show. So we can't wait to hear from Cindy's not pumped. I said, Jason's like, do you think she'll do it? I go, I don't know. She's really shy. She hates being in front of a camera. I don't know, but I'll see if I can talk her into it. He was very relieved to hear you said yes. He was worried, but so that's happening tomorrow morning in the world. By the way, if you're a guest and watching this online, you can get a 60-day guest pass to get in the world and walk around. Today, I went to brokerage operations in California. They go, no, you need to be an agent in the payment processing center. I go, ooh, I like it. Sounds like a bank, payment processing. They go, follow me. And they literally took me by the hand. We teleported over there, go click on this. We were there. Just follow me. We walked through this thing and we went back and we met with the state broker for Arizona, the state broker for California, had a meeting. And they literally, it was like walking through Nordstrom's to a certain department with someone, let me take you over to where they sell the jewelry. Let me take you over to where they sell suits. And they walked me over there. It was great. This is a real place. I sat down and we had a talk. I couldn't see Debbie Penny. So I said, can you sit in that chair? I want to see you both. And she changed chairs at the click of a mouse. And we had a full-blown meeting. So that's tomorrow morning. Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern, right, Stroop? We have Gene Frederick, Rob Flick, Scott Lewis, myself, interviewing Glenn Sanford, the man, the genius. This is the guy. Verbella's blowing up. That's the EXP world. Like Zoom, went from 20 million users to 2, or whatever the number was, to 200 million or some crazy number. Verbella's blowing up. We all own Verbella. Everybody in this screen, all of you watching on Facebook Live. The stock that we've acquired over the last 6 months, year, 2-3 years. I mean, if you ask Darcy Stratton at the bottom there, who's in her bad girl truck and driving around because she likes riding horses, that's right. And Cindy Silva and a lot of people, we've acquired a lot of stock. The stock is in EXP World Holdings. One of their holdings is Verbella. One is EXP Realty. And then we have ancillary companies going this way. So as Verbella explodes, we explode. As they become profitable, make money, the stock becomes more valuable. Really cool stuff. So that'll be broadcast Facebook Live out of the, I believe, James, the Brent Gove team page, right, Stroop? He's giving me a thumbs up. We can't hear you, but he's saying yes. Oh, you came in as me. How do you do that? You're like, you look at him, he's Brent Gove.
Absolutely. Our thing has several links. So yeah, 9 a.m. We will put it all up on Facebook, your global page.
Right on, right on. Hey, Stroop, it's like that t-shirt commercial. The guy takes the girl on a date and his t-shirt's hanging down. You gotta do some laundry, bro. This is how we roll on the Brent Gove team. When we can, we gotta give them a hard time. Give me some bacon. Anyways, woo, I'm having fun today, man. This is awesome. I need more coffee too. Anyways, so
Not about
okay.
to come to my farm and ever visit my pig because it's not for bacon, but
All right, there you go. There you go. Okay, so wrapping up today, I want to end with this. The well you drink from is the well you think from. So I want to read you the front page of Time magazine. The prices of houses seem to have reached a plateau, and there is reasonable expectancy that prices will decline. Well, that's great news. You know what? They like to print bad news. That's what sells. That was Time magazine 1947. And then you fast forward Business Week. The goal of owning a home seems to be beyond reach for most Americans. Business Week, front cover. That's wow. 1969. Let's fast forward here. How about Miami Herald, you Floridians? If you're looking to buy a home, be careful. Rising home values are not a sure thing anymore. That's 1985. It's human nature here, guys. We'll go to Kiplinger's Personal Financial Magazine. This is a very respected conservative financial periodical. In Kiplinger's Financial Magazine front cover, financial planners agree that houses will continue to be a poor investment. Front cover, 1993. And we'll end with this, the San Francisco Examiner, because we love San Francisco so much. Front cover, a home is where the bad investment is. Front cover news, 1996. And here we are in 2020, and you're going to get it. It has not changed. I actually only read you a handful of the quotes of all these. I got People magazine, I got the New York Times, I got the Los Angeles Times. They all say the same thing. Like, oh my gosh, did you see what it said in the LA Times? I gotta go buy a paper. Bad news sells. The well you drink from is the well you think from. Guard what goes into here, because you get these 6 inches right, you will thrive, not just survive. We don't want you to survive. We want you to thrive. And it's your job to guard what you allow to get in here. Some of you have clients that are in your head that are just tearing you to pieces. You need to fire them right now. You go get, oh, they're all I got. Okay, all you have is this, it's the coronavirus. That client is the corona. Get rid of it, get rid of it. Getting rid of, it's a principle of vacuum. Get rid of what you don't want to make room for what you do want. What is it you don't want? Now, if you're married to the problem, go to counseling. Okay, I'm not saying necessarily go do that, okay? But the point is this. Some of you have friends who are tearing you down. Get a real job, blah, 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 blah. You know what? Or you have clients or whatever. Guard who you're around, who you hang out with. Let me ask you a question. Have you made a goal to get around Brian Buffini, Mike Ferry, Tony Robbins, Francis Chan, Lance Wallnau? Who are people Ray Johnson, who are people you respect? And have you made us, I'm going to get in their circle. Because the people you hang out with have an impact on you. What do we tell why do you care about your teenage son and daughter so much? Why do you care about who your kids? It doesn't change when you're an adult. It's even more important now. So what are you watching? What are you reading? And I'm telling you what, so there's all kinds of stuff to plug in, go, thrive, be well. That's about what I had for today. Anybody else have something they want to chime in with? A question, comment, word, Cindy?
Krista and I were talking yesterday, and we were thinking of doing a social media post for everybody who has listings that haven't sold yet. We could all cross market it for each other. So if you guys have any listings that are not pending yet, can you drop them on our team page, and I could put together a social media post for us, please?
Love it, love it, love it. That's beautiful. One team, one dream, working together. Beautiful. Alicia.
I'm going to upload the greatness tracker form. If anybody's not familiar with it, it's just a call log to track how many calls you're making. But right now we bumped it up to 20 talk tos a day, and Zoom meetings, 25 a week. So, or FaceTime. So FaceTime your clients, Zoom your clients, but I don't stop working during the day or at night until I hit my 20 talk tos. So I'll post it up there if anyone needs it.
Massive action creates results. Tony Robbins right there next to her shoulder, giving her a high five. That's how you get through this. Can you put that, is it possible to put that on the Brent Gove business page?
Who?
You.
Am I allowed to put the greatness tracker?
I'm asking, can you put that on the Brent Gove business page?
Oh, I'm gonna add that in there. Oh, for sure. And anyone
good.
can use it. It's totally fine. So this is my prospecting shirt, sweatshirt. You like that? We are salespeople. We forget that. We are salespeople. We sell for a living, and this is a numbers game. So if you're not talking to 20 people and you're not getting any deals, then don't be surprised, right?
That's 20 a day, 100 a week, 400 a month. You're going to get listings. You're going to sell homes. What do I say? Hey, I'm in real estate. You're not even thinking about buying or selling. Can I help you? Do you need a painter? Do you need a contractor? Do you need an appliance? My dishwasher just went kaput. I had an appliance guy here. I didn't know him. He was kind of scary. I'm quite sure he just got out of Folsom State Pen. Maybe you have a good appliance person who does not, fresh out of prison, and I kind of had a bat behind my back, and I was not kidding. It wasn't like that. But, let's help people. Any other final comments, Cindy?
Sorry, one more. So I was on a Women's Council of Realtors webinar last week, and this guest speaker said something. He goes, all of you sitting at your desk right now, if you're sitting at a desk full of piles, you're not a realtor. Get organized. And I looked at my desk, you couldn't even see it. So I grabbed a 6-pack of White Claws, spent all night till 2 o'clock in the morning. I did not have one pile in my office. You could work so much more efficient, you guys, if you do it. So if you're looking at your desk and you see piles, get organized. You have time now.
Yep. Ooh, I saw Melissa Lester cringing. So all the sanguines, hello, my friends. You need to at least once a week organize your mess so you don't stress. Ooh, I'm full of little puns today. All right, you guys. Well, this was a great team meeting. We'll do it again next Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. For those of you watching on Facebook land, tune back in, go to the Brent Gove page. Feel free to tell a friend. And you could be a part of our extended team meeting. We want to bring value. It could be Remax, Coldwell Banker, Keller Williams, Berkshire Hathaway. We don't care. We're all in the same business. We all have families and children. We're in this to help each other. So whatever we can do to make your life better, count us in. Hey, love you all. Great meeting everyone. And we will see you later. By the way, shameless plug, in 30 minutes right here on the Brent Gove business page, we're going Facebook Live announcing an agent who is on his way to sell 700 homes this year up in Alberta, Canada. And I got Jason Guessing on there with me, and he is joining EXP. And it's like a mic drop. He has a couple hundred listings right now. All the panels are going up that say EXP Realty. It's so cool. So we're very excited about that. So you can tune right back in here to Brent Gove business page and watch that live at 11:30 a.m. Pacific. And it's going to be 5, 10, 15 minutes. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you later. Go get them. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.